Alright, hello everybody, welcome back. Thank you for continuing watching this series. I appreciate you. You must enjoy my pain. Well, that's okay. I want you to enjoy my pain. Let's go. Let's go. How you doing? Thank you for being here. I decided I'm going to continue with this application. I'm going to do some basic code and continue setting up our application in rows so that we don't have any columns conflicting with our rows. Try to do some proper design. I recommend, you know what helps? I have, like, for my visual, I kind of sketched on a piece of paper what I wanted for a layout so that you have a visual in front of you, right? In the what not to do video, I deliberately set it up so that we had like columns crossing rows and such, and showed you kind of the difficulties and challenges you can have when you do your initial layout like that. Just creates more work, in all honesty, and also more confusion, which even I was going through the confusion. That's okay. So now I'm going to continue going row by row and kind of creating an application. And the goal is to kind of, there's an error that I want to pop up. I'm hoping that it happens sometime, because then I want to do a video on that. Kind of show you a little, I guess it's kind of what everybody's doing that's creating or working with WPF. I think it even happens with UWP applications. I've been kind of bouncing between WinForms, WPF 4.8.1 and WPF.net 8.0 applications. Even been kind of messing with UWP, which is Universal Windows Platform. Universal Windows Platform is kind of nice because it actually so WPF is obviously strictly Windows, right? So whether you're on a laptop or a desktop, you can utilize the application, right? With UWP, you can have different, like you can have you can create your application where it works with, let's say, a smartphone or like a laptop. You can have different sizes of views that you can kind of work with. So you're kind of spreading your application to more, I wish I had the proper terminology in my head. I could kind of just do this stuff. I'm not really the greatest explainer, or but I try. I'm not very descriptive, I guess, if you will. But you kind of utilize you're making your application so that it could be used across many platforms. That's what I was trying to get at. Eventually the words will get to my brain and help me out. So let's continue. I've decided I'm going to continue working on the same application. I guess in a sense you're seeing it get built video by video. So this is kind of what we have so far. Not a lot, but we're essentially layering our cake, right, is what we're doing here. We worked with the first row, which is row 0, and now we're on our second row. Our second row has columns, and as you can see, the columns don't go into row 0, which is nice, because it just makes your life easier, okay? So, but you don't see, like, you don't see your whole layout because you don't have any more columns and rows going on down here, but you're slowly seeing, as you do row by row and build your application, you'll get to see more, right? So that's why I recommended just sketch it out on a piece of paper where you want your buttons, where you want your check boxes, where you want your combo boxes. Kind of lay it out, and then you have a visual in front of you. And then like I'm recommending here, build your application row by row. Okay, just depends on what you want to use, right? I'm using a main stack panel for everything, so we have one main stack panel. I mean, I guess you could use a grid as well, but when we're working with rows and columns, we're kind of either choosing between grids and stack panels. So for the most part, that's really mainly what's being utilized here. Okay, as you can see in my code, right? We have a main stack panel, and which the closing is way down here, and then I'm gonna separate this, but here this is grid row 0, and we've built grid row 0, right, with a nice uniform gradient of colors going right across, and then we added some buttons for funsies, and once we're done that, then we went on to our row 1. So let's continue. Okay, I've already typed this all up, so I'm trying to type the code up too as well, but to save some time, because I'm trying not, if I typed up the code and stuff line by line, I mean, time flies when you're having fun, and I'm trying to keep my videos not too long here, just so that people hit that old click button. You know how it goes. Okay, where are we now? I just want to see. So grid row 1, I have a label here. Oh, actually, it's a text block, label. It's all the same. When forums use labels, I mean, there are labels in here as well, but I think I recommend just stick with text block. If you're working in WinForms, use labels. It's fine. I like WinForms. WinForms is still fun for me. It's very user friendly. If you want to kind of avoid learning XAML right now at this moment, and you want to learn how to build applications, start with WinForms. WinForms is nice because you can actually click the toolbox here and just drag and drop. But when, it's not just myself, but others recommend that you don't drag and drop buttons, for example, into your WPF applications, because the XAML code just gets right cluttered and messed up and disorganized, and then eventually you just end up getting lost in the code. You're way better off once you get good at doing WinForms and practicing that, and doing code behind as well, because WinForms doesn't have XAML. Okay, I'll just add that. Okay, so we've created a WPF application. This is .NET 4.8.1, which is kind of the most current. Okay, I am planning, if I get a little more organized and such, and less foggy brained, I'm planning on creating some .NET 8.0 WPF applications, kind of show you how to set that up, because they're all the same but kind of different, right? And then there's also UWP as well. And so yeah, maybe I'll do some WinForms in the future, but WinForms is still fun for me because you could drag and drop, pretty much lay out your design with straight drag and drop, position everything. Again, don't do it in WPF or UWP, right? When you want to level up and you want to get better and you want to learn XAML, well, get good. You don't have to spend years creating WinForms, but get good practice at working in WinForms, and then jump into WPF, and then eventually learn to kind of grind out XAML code. When you're doing your design, your XAML is your design, okay? And then of course you got your code behind, which is the .cs, which we haven't got to yet. So it's a lot more work, a lot more labor intensive, I guess, if you will. That's why I was kind of starting this series to help you guys out, so that you can get your setup, your layout and your setup and your buttons and everything and your styles and everything all set up first before you actually start doing your design. Because once you're happy with your buttons and what text block sizes and font that, you know what I mean? Like once you get that all set up, then it's just all design time. Okay, then you don't have to worry about it so much. Creating the resource library is nice because then you're typing less code here in your main design area. Okay, all right, let's go. Let's continue on. I'm going to create an accent line for fun. Okay, just a nice little accent line. This is now we're going to work in grid row 2. Let's create it. Okay, so we're going to do a grid, right? We're defining our row, and we're going to give it an X name. Okay, this is actually giving it a name. Okay, so the grid is getting a name. It's kind of like having a child, right? You give it a name. So now this is a happy grid because this grid has a name. All right, that's all it really is. It's just a name. Okay, I don't know why I can't type grid. I don't know. That's part of my pain, I guess. And there we go. We defined a new row. Okay, grid row 2. Okay, so if I look at my design, I should actually maybe see it 0, 1, 2. Not yet. We're not quite there yet because we haven't defined the row. That's why, guys. Okay, we need a grid definition. Okay, grid dot row definitions. Okay, we have to actually tell the program, hey, I want another row. Okay, and we're just going to do a single row. So we're going to define our row, and it's going to be a height of 5. Okay, it's a nice little accent line is what we're doing. And this is going to be self-closed. Okay, there we go. Not a lot of code there. And all we really did is we're creating another row, and this code right here is just defining a row. We're telling the program, hey, I want another row, and if we look now, we should have another row. And I'm lying to you guys, okay? And I don't know why, but I am. Okay, it's there though. Okay, let me just double check my code. We created a grid. It's got a closing grid. We gave it a name. We told it it's grid row 2, just like we did up here. We told it it's grid row 1 here, grid row 2. Okay, that looks fine. We gave it a height. Well, let's just continue on. Let's continue with a rectangle. Do another fill. It's a fill I want. And we need our good old curly brackets. Static, resource. WPF is static. And let's see, it should be in here because we created a color styles light theme, which is a part of our resource dictionary, and it should actually be here. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Okay, and let's self-close it. Okay, and that's it. Nice little accent lines. Oh, let's build it because we've made some changes and such. And look at that, no fails. So must be kind of doing good. And it's not showing up. I don't know why this is lying to me right now. Ah, right there. Okay, I can see it right there, but I'm missing something. I just got to stop and think. Whoa. Hold up. 0, 1. Why is this doing this to me? That's odd. It's even got me boggled right now. Oh. Interesting. Very interesting. This is grid row 1. This is grid row 2. Oh, I know why. Haha, I know exactly why. Okay, here we go, guys. My pain is your gain. Because I'm still working inside I'm still working inside grid row 1. Let's be outside of grid row 1. There we go. We're doing our layers. I was still inside my layer. Okay, so now you see where I went wrong, right? So be aware of that. Okay, I just started typing code when I should have moved, because this here is all grid row 1. Okay, I need to be outside of it. So if we have a look, there it is. Let's go, running it. Beautiful. There it is. Okay, and it was easy to figure out because I knew it was in here, 0, 1. It was like, why is it in 1? Okay, well, I was in there because I was still working inside my main stack, which is the stack for grid row 1. Okay, all right, there we go. That's done. Okay, make sure you do that. Separate it. Okay, we're doing the layers. We're doing our layers. This is layer 0. This is layer 1. This is layer 2. Okay, we're gonna do another layer. Okay, make sure I'm outside of it. I gotta even be aware of it myself, but that's okay. This is how you learn and get better. Okay, there we go, stack panel. So this is gonna be our main stack panel. Okay, for grid row 3. All right, and I could define it, I guess, in my stack panel, which I probably should, but I didn't here. Okay, I defined, I did a stack panel. I didn't, so with row 0 and column 0, you don't need to tell the program, hey, I want you to be at 0. It automatically starts there. That's where it begins. Okay, so you don't actually have to explicitly tell it. All right. But for grid row 1, you do. Okay, so I explicitly told it that it's grid row 1 in this stack panel. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, so this is going to be grid row 2. There we go. So we should see, so it's defining the whole thing right now. Okay, and I'm going to leave it at that. And then we're going to create, obviously, we need to define our row, because as you can see, not defining our row, well, it considers this, all this space as our row. Okay, that's what it's doing. All right, we're gonna create another grid, and we're gonna X name it as well. We're gonna call it grid row 3, because you can give them names. You can if you want. And I defined it there, but I don't need to. I told the stack panel which row it needs to be. Okay, and then inside this, we need to have our definition, right? It's all the same thing, guys. Okay, grid row dot definition. What am I doing wrong here? Grid. It's not showing up. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's because I need to type row. Definitions. There we go. Now we go grid. Just got to consistently remember in my brain what I should be typing. Okay, so we're telling it we want a row definition. Okay, now we define our row. Okay, with a row definition. There we go. That's how it works. Height equals, this is where you kind of, it's nice to lay out on paper size of your design. Okay, and then we're gonna inside this row. Okay, so what I'm trying to get at here, I know I got thoughts in my head and I should probably explain to you. Okay, so our main design, is, I really find it annoying that it jumps around like that. 720 by 1280, okay? I just went with a random size. I could show you what I did is I went on the old interweb, and let's see if I can find it, and I'll share it with you guys. If I can find it. Here it is. Okay, display resolution. You know, I got all the different sizes for a typical display resolution, right? So now you know the common sizes, right? So that's what I did. And I'm just going with a random size. What am I using right now? 720 by 1280. Okay? So technically I'm using this right now. 16 by 9. Okay? Now, when you draw your layout on a piece of paper, you'll want to know, like, obviously your dimensions, right? So obviously you only have so much for height, 720. Okay, and let's say you want this whole space for your client window. Okay, that's why I defined it as this program likes me jumping around a lot apparently. It's 587. Okay, then maybe that's too big, I don't know, but you can see this is the whole client window. Okay, then there's a little bit left over, which I'm probably gonna just fill with another fill color. Okay, just wanted to kind of say that so you have an idea of what I'm doing here. Okay, again, you might need to do a little bit of math and figure it out. Okay, you obviously know what the row height is here, you know what the row height is here, you know this accent line is only 5 pixels wide, and then so doing a little bit of math. Okay, so we could just, you know, grind it out here. Let's look at, just to give you an idea where I'm going with this. So our first row is 33, right? And our main window is 720 in height. Okay, so we're gonna subtract from that. So 720, subtract 33. Then what is the height of our next one? It's 38. Okay, whoops. 720 minus 33 minus 38, we're at 649, right? So from here, right now we have to subtract 5, 644, so from here all the way down is 644. Okay, so I defined it as 587. So that leaves me 57 left over at the bottom. Okay, that's just to give you an idea, right? A little bit of easy math. All right, let's continue. I just gotta find where I'm at. I've already pre-typed this all up, guys, just to kind of give you a heads up. Okay, we're still defining, so we defined, okay, hold up, okay, main stack panel, grid, I just want to see where the end of this, grid, yeah, that's together, I want to keep this together. We have a stack panel, and yes, we have a grid inside our stack panel, but our grid is for our columns, okay, our rows and columns. Well, we obviously define the row height for our stack panel using grid. Now let's define some columns. Okay, grid, it's all the same, grid dot columns, right? No, grid dot column, there we go, definitions. Okay, closing that, because we need that. We need the opening and closing because we got more information going in between, right? So let me just actually do this, save some time here. Okay. All right, just to speed things up a little bit. There we go. We defined our columns. Okay, so if we have a look, oh, look at that, nice. So we have a column here. And this is how you do it, guys. That's why I continued this series, so you can see. So now looking, you can see our columns don't go into our other rows. Now they stop. So now this is the way to lay it out, right? Because having columns go across your other rows, if you laid it out the same way I showed you on the what not to do video, well, that creates more problems for you, right? So now we're limiting our columns within this row, and that's what you want. Okay, there we go. And that's it. So we define rows, we define columns. Now we can put our actual in whatever we want inside there, right? So let's see. Column. We're going to do a column fill just for fun. Okay? I mean, it's probably not the way to do it, but so we're going to type grid again. Grid. And we're going to type grid.column. I don't know why I keep pressing S all the time. Okay, we're telling it column 2. Okay, all right. So I'm just waiting for that to go away. There we go. Column 2. So looking at your columns, this is column 0. This is column 1. This is column 2. What I'm doing is I'm going to create another accent line. Okay, just for funsies. Right, and to save some time, because I'm terrible at typing. That's probably why I save my code in Notepad, just to kind of bang stuff out a lot quicker. I'm going to save that. Let's build it, and let's have a look. Let's see if it... Oh, so I'm in the wrong column. Okay, so what have I done wrong? Okay, just looking at it. I could have looked at my XAML here too, or my design window. That's fine. Let's go back here. I didn't define it. I did something, right? Hold up. Why do I have grid column definitions? Ah, okay, I'm gonna start again. Bop. Somehow I did all that where I was typing where I shouldn't have been. Okay, I'm not thinking. Okay. Hold up. Okay, close this. Okay, that should have been in here. There we go. I don't know what happened there, honestly. Obviously put in the wrong spot. There we go. Build it. That's the nice thing about whoever invented Control-Z, the undo and redo. Oh man, amazing person. Appreciate you. There we go. So now we have an accent line kind of going vertically. I mean, you could do it. I'm just showing you different things that you can do. That's all. Do it, don't. I'm going to have some coffee. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching. Subscribers to the channel, you guys are all legends. I appreciate you not quitting on the channel. You guys are all legends. I want you to know that. Like, honestly, you guys are awesome people. Even you viewers, thank you. Okay. Let's see, where am I here? Okay, so I added a nice little accent line. So that's for columns. So we're inside, obviously, our row 2, and we could define columns as well. We could tell stuff to be inside whatever column now, right? I could put stuff here, I could put stuff here. Now we're more organized, right? We have more control. That's what the word should be. More control of our design, right? And that's what you want. Grid. I'm going to say it's got to be grid dot column 3 this time. So now we're going to define column 3, all within our row 3, right? What's going to be inside here? This is going to be our client main window. Okay, that's what this is. So 0, column 1, column 2, column 3. This is going to be our client window. I could do anything in here. I could create, like, I don't know, file open, code behind, where I could actually have the user like open pictures and stuff within this window. whatever it choose. Depends, you know, depends on what you want to do, right? So I do want to add an image, as a matter of fact. I wasn't expecting to get to that, but that's what's going to be in here. Okay? And that's going to be next video. So you're going to have to stay tuned for that. So right now, we're going to leave column 3 blank. Alright? So I'm going to copy this, just so I don't make mistakes in any typing, and change this to grid row 4, or column 4 now. Okay? And we're going to do the same thing here. Okay? Essentially, we're doing this. We're creating an accent line on the other side now. Okay? And I'll run it, and then you can see. Okay? We're starting to get somewhere, right? This is the main client window here. That's kind of the goal. Let's finish off. Let's see, what am I doing next after this? Remember, we're all still within our grid row 2. We're working on this layer, okay? And you can see, I can have grids and rows and column definitions and more grids. I can have more stack panels, stack panel inside of a stack panel. It all works together, guys. Let's see, stack, what do I have going on now? Stack panel, grid column 7, oh yeah, okay. I'll show you guys something else that's neat. Okay, let's create another stack panel. Alright, it's going to be grid dot column 7. Okay, orientation is going to be horizontal. Okay, and then we're going to have a vertical alignment bottom. Okay, and we're going to add a text block. Text block. And it's going to have a margin. If you've been watching along, you'll know what a margin is. I'm going to go 0, 0, 0, 4. And the text is going to be, whoop, didn't mean to press that. Text is going to be welcome and welcome to Whiskey Tango coding. I know, I'm doing this for fun, guys. All right. And then we're going to have a style for it. I actually created another style, but I don't think I have it here. Let's just go static. Whoops, need your curly brackets. Static resource key equals, we're just going to go with the text block style. I have another one, but I don't have it with me. So next video, I should have it. I'm going to add some more text block styles, okay, within our resource dictionary. So we're going to transform this text block because I want to rotate. And yes, I could work inside my properties here and do that. But you could actually, that's why you just want to practice typing XAML code, because you'll have a better understanding what's what and what you're doing. Right? The program will actually do it for you. You can click in here. It's okay to change things in properties. Just don't recommend drag and drop, okay, from your toolbar or tool blocks, okay? Just stay away from that. All right, text block, okay, dot render. We're going to do a render transform. We're transforming it, okay? And we want a different angle. Okay, whoa, hold up. I'm doing it in the wrong spot. Okay, I got to close this first, silly me. Now we got to define the rotation. Okay, rotate transform. The angle is going to equal 270 degrees. And we're going to self-close that. Okay, everything should clean up nicely. All right, remember we're in grid column 7, and we should see, well, welcome to WhiskeyTango coding. All right, I'm just gonna build it for why not, and let's have a look. Okay, I can quickly look at my design, and there you go. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this here is like if you want to add a scroll bar, so that's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So column 5 is going to be like for a scroll bar in case you need it. Let's run it, see it. There we go, welcome to. And we're slowly building a little application. Doing this for fun. Where are we at for time here? 37. I'm going to end it here now. Okay. Appreciate you guys watching and following along. Watching this application get slowly built. I'm going to actually, I have to back up. I need another text block style. I'm going to create another text block style. And that'll be in the next video. So stay tuned for that. Appreciate you being here. Much love to the supporters of the channel. Saying Deep, hello. Hello, brother. Yes, I do remember you. I just looked at chat. Alright, you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for... I didn't forget you, Saying Deep. I'm just not paying attention to chat. I honestly appreciate you, my guy. You're awesome. True supporter right there. Alright, guys. See you in the next video.